if Zach Jackson and him and everybody else that we talked to have said that Shedeur looks good. He looks really good.
Yes.
He looks better. And we got Zach that say Dylan Gabriel ain't even an NFL quarterback.
That's true.
So how is it that this man can't get a rep with the ones, but that non-NFL quarterback can?
We all
what
agree
sense
with that.
does that make?
Browns quarterback coach Bill Musgrave has lit a fire in Cleveland with a blunt assessment of Shedeur Sanders, and the fallout has been nothing short of explosive. What began as a coach's candid take has evolved into a full-blown controversy, dividing fans, unsettling the locker room, and capturing the entire NFL's attention with sharp curiosity. It's the kind of revelation that doesn't just rattle a team, it redefines expectations, shakes confidence, and puts Shedeur's future under the brightest spotlight imaginable.
It's been reported that Shedeur Sanders is receiving scout team reps. Officially, the offensive quarterback coach of the Cleveland Browns, Musgrave, did a press conference on the other day addressing that situation.
The Cleveland Browns weren't exactly a team looking for added drama. After years of roster rebuilds, coaching shakeups, and quarterback instability, they thought they'd finally found a steady path forward with Shedeur Sanders. A dynamic talent with NFL pedigree, Sanders wasn't just another young quarterback. He was supposed to be the face of the franchise, the one who could push the Browns past mediocrity and into serious contention. But when Musgrave spoke, he didn't sugarcoat anything. His words weren't just about development or mechanics, they cut to the core of Shedeur's readiness, questioning if the hype matched the reality.
The Cleveland Browns, they really amaze me every single year, and we're only 2 weeks into the season. You guys know the Shedeur Sanders thing has been going since the NFL draft. He was projected to be a top 5 pick, ended up falling all the way to the 5th round. Well, now he's not even getting scout team rep. Per Football Forever, Shedeur Sanders isn't getting any practice reps, not even on scout team, per Tony Rizzo.
And just like that, Cleveland became ground zero for one of the most heated debates in the league. On one side are the fans who see Musgrave's comments as tough love, a coach doing his job, pushing his quarterback to evolve under immense pressure. On the other side are those who believe Musgrave's public honesty undermines Sanders' confidence and fractures the locker room chemistry that was so carefully being built. Both arguments have merit, but what cannot be ignored is that the Browns suddenly look less stable than they did just a week ago.
You have to start over every time, so they're putting you behind the gun so that you are not able to be ready. It's the same thing that's happening in Cleveland. In other words, God gonna intervene, but this not gonna go the way you did. Think about it. Then God intervened and kicked the door in so he could get drafted. All right, and you see what's happening now.
Inside the locker room, whispers are growing louder. Players are human. And when a quarterback's legitimacy is questioned, the ripple effects spread quickly. For a team that has fought tooth and nail for credibility, Musgrave's blunt words feel like a step backward. Veterans are reportedly split. Some appreciate the accountability, while others wonder if leadership should be handled behind closed doors. That tension creates a storm cloud no quarterback, especially one as young as Shedeur, once hovering over his season.
ESPN Cleveland, they went off again early this morning, talking about Shedeur Sanders. The media, the big-time media, Adam Schefter, they are using Shedeur's name as clickbait. No way should that story of Shedeur and the Baltimore Ravens should have came out last week.
For Sanders, this is a test unlike anything he has faced before. In college, he thrived under the spotlight, embraced the expectations, and delivered highlight reel moments. But the NFL is an entirely different animal. Every decision, every throw, and now every word about him is magnified on a national scale. Musgrave's critique forces Sanders into a position where he can no longer rely solely on talent. He must now prove resilience. Can he absorb the blow, channel the doubt into motivation, and come out stronger on the other side? Or will the scrutiny become a distraction that derails his trajectory before it even fully takes off?
I'd say last week, Bailey did some really good things that tried to replicate Joe Burrow. We're doing some things, of course, to replicate Baltimore's quarterback Lamar this week with all three guys to really give the defense a good look. Because being a scout team quarterback, you're working on your own craft, but really it's an art form. to replicate the opponent so the defense can be ready to do their thing on Sunday.
The NFL is watching closely because Sanders is more than just a Browns quarterback. He's a storyline. He's a ratings magnet. The son of Deion Sanders, with charisma and skill to match, Shedeur represents the new era of star quarterbacks who blend talent with brand power. That makes this controversy even bigger than football. It's about perception, marketability, and legacy. If Musgrave's words are interpreted as confirmation of doubt, the Browns risk tarnishing a narrative they've invested heavily in shaping.
So what? That was something that you should have reported back when the draft happened. I don't know why you're bringing it out now. I'm sick of people using Shedeur Sanders names for click. It really is starting to bother me. Dude ain't doing nothing but trying to get better and going to work every day with a smile on his face and doing wonderful things for the community. Stop using that man's name for clickbait.
Meanwhile, Browns fans are at war with each other on social media. Some argue that Musgrave was right to be honest, that coddling young players has been the downfall of too many franchises. Others lash out, insisting that airing such criticisms publicly only adds unnecessary drama to a team that desperately needs stability. Every tweet, every debate show segment, every podcast episode fuels the fire. Suddenly, Cleveland isn't just another team preparing for the season. It's the NFL's latest soap opera.
I really wish I knew why the Cleveland Browns decided to take this kid. If they're not going to even fucking use him. Not even in scout team. Like, give the guy a chance. You've seen what he did in preseason. You've seen what he did in college. Yeah, he may come with some baggage. Whatever made him drop that far in the draft. You guys picked him for a reason, and they're not even giving him a chance.
What makes this even more compelling is the timing. The AFC is stacked with elite quarterbacks, from Patrick Mahomes to Josh Allen to Joe Burrow, and the Browns don't have the luxury of easing Sanders in slowly. They need him to compete at the highest level now. Musgrave's comments make it clear that patience might be wearing thin. The organization may believe in Sanders long-term, but in a win-now league, long-term promises often get lost in the urgency of the present.
So Cleveland ESPN has reported that Shedeur Sanders is not receiving any reps. That means no second team, third team, not even scout team reps. Meaning he's just sitting in practice, throwing the ball to whoever and just going through drills all day. No practice reps? No nothing? He can't improve? Why?
If there's one thing Shedeur Sanders has shown throughout his career, it's that he thrives when challenged. His father, Deion, built a persona on turning criticism into fuel, and Shedeur seems to share that DNA. This moment could become the spark that drives him to elevate his game, silence doubters, and prove that the Browns were right to stake their future on him. Or it could become the crack in the foundation that exposes just how fragile Cleveland's plans truly are.
He's not getting a fair opportunity to play football. And then they're putting Dillon Gabriel out there like he's this star now. We saw Dillon Gabriel play college football for 5 years. And we know everything that he's capable of. And he's not better than Shedeur Sanders.
From a broader NFL perspective, this saga underscores the delicate balance between honesty and strategy. Coaches walk a fine line. Too much honesty can break trust. Too little can breed complacency. Musgrave's decision to speak so bluntly about Sanders' tips that balance and forces the Browns into uncharted territory. Either they rally together, turning controversy into fuel, or they spiral into dysfunction under the weight of internal division.
We now have drafted Shedeur Sanders, but we're going to start Joe Flacco, and Shedeur Sanders is going to be on our bench as the third quarterback. Steve, my question to you is, how do you feel as a fan?
As a fan? Well, thank you for asking that question.
What's undeniable is that the spotlight on Cleveland has never been brighter. Every snap Sanders takes from this point forward will be judged not only by fans, but by the very words of his own coach. Every completion will be celebrated as proof of growth. Every mistake scrutinized as validation of doubt. It's the kind of storyline that defines a season, sometimes even a career.
At this point, y'all are saying he can't do anything right. I recently saw last week when the kicker missed his kick in the last couple seconds, Shedeur went over to give him some words of encouragement, and y'all said that he just wanted some TV time. Newsflash, the only reason why the camera was over there is because Shedeur walked over there.
The Browns now face a critical moment of identity. Are they a team that embraces tough truths and rises above them? Or are they a franchise doomed to repeat the cycles of drama and disappointment that have haunted them for decades? For Sanders, this is the ultimate proving ground. And for Musgrave, his words may go down as either the spark that lit a fire of greatness or the match that burned Cleveland's fragile hopes to the ground. One thing is for certain, the NFL will not stop watching. Cleveland is on the stage, the lights are blinding, and the drama is far from over.